And so progress is about thinking independently or thinking as a free thinker and having an open mind. If you don't have an open mind or that mental attitude where you are ready to investigate and question whatever thing that is before you with the mind that you want to see something higher or you want an answer, you will never discover. And people who doesn't discover new things doesn't progress, you see. And so progress or to progress in life is to develop the mental attitude where you are open to new ideas, new perspectives, new ways of doing things. And that is how you will come up with new things. But people who are preoccupied with the preservation of old things doesn't go forward because they are living their life backwards. You see, and so now we are moving into the era, or we are now in the era of open-mindedness. And that is where humanity is, and we are even going higher. More and more beautiful and greater things are coming into the world. But only people that have open mind attitude, people who are able to question with one motive, that is to discover and to improve upon their state of being, are those who are leading the human race, you see. And so, as I have always been saying and I've always been discussing, we are analyzing these concepts and principles, and we are relating them to our lives. But my main focus is on the African people. But if you are any person anywhere, the same principles apply to you. You can take them and apply it in your life, and you will see progress, you see. And so, to have this open-minded attitude, or to have this attitude of mind where you are always looking for newer things, is to, one, establish the fact that there are no forces outside you that are causing anything to you. And secondly, you are the creator of your own realities. You are the creator of your own realities, knowingly or unknowingly, deliberately or ignorantly. And therefore, when you become awakened to this fact, and then you purpose in your mind that your only interest is to create only what you want to see, only what you want to experience. And therefore, whatever things that is before you right now, there is the possibility, there is the potential of discovering something more higher than that. And therefore, your preoccupation is to discover that. Then you are on the road to becoming a progressive person. So everything is renewing. You are renewing everything. And once again, bringing in the words of St. Paul in the Bible, that be ye transformed by the renewing of your minds. The renewing of your minds is to analyze things and then, drawing conclusion based on what is manifesting in your life. If what is manifesting in your life is not what you are looking for, that means you haven't discovered the formula, what you are holding on as your tradition or your culture that has been handed down to you from your ancestors. Is not a formula, because there is no way that anyone will apply the right formula to a particular problem in mathematics that the person will get a wrong answer, you see. And so we are supposed to be progressive beings. We are supposed to think and live as independent thinkers. And so that is where we are, and that is where we're supposed to be. That is the state we have to establish ourselves. Now, who is an independent thinker? Who is a free thinker? A free thinker is the one that thinks without any limiting beliefs. We are human beings and we are controlled by beliefs. What you think, what you believe yourself to be, what you believe the world to be, what you believe anything to be, is controlled by your established beliefs. And therefore, if you are a human being and you are living and you know that your belief is that other people can harm you, other people have control over your life, that thing will control your life. In that case, even things that you do to improve upon your life, because you hold that belief, you will not do that, you see. And in that case, you are not a free thinker. A free thinker is the one that thinks based on how he or she feels and what he or she wants to experience. And it is only when we become free thinkers, without any limitation, without any fear, without any worry of anything from outside us, but having the belief, having the understanding that everything is cause and effect, actions and reactions are the same, and therefore we are also bound by the law of attraction, and therefore as we make our choices, so we attract things into our lives. That is creation. And you are the creator of your own reality. Therefore, you are thinking as a free person that you are not afraid of anything, not even God, not even any kind of power somewhere that is coming to punish you or is going to punish you for what you want to achieve. You see, when you have this mental attitude, then you are a free thinker. And any society, any human group that has free thinkers, people who have free minds and thinking freely, always looking for new ways, always looking for new way of living, improvement into the human life. They are those that progress, you see. So progress is not necessarily by putting up structures. It's not necessarily by putting people in schools and other things that they can read and write. Those things come to support whatever we want to achieve. But for someone to be able to discover, for someone to be able to establish, bring about the idea that education and other things supposed to bring progress, the person must be a free thinker. It doesn't matter. So if you are someone who is religious, you are not a free thinker. If you are someone who follows traditions, you are not a free thinker, because your thinking is being limited by either you are punished by God or something bad is going to happen to you. And so these are limiting beliefs. You see, we've been told that if we do this, God will bless us, and if you don't do that, God will punish us. And so if you don't do what you have been told, you'll be punished. If you do what you have been told, you get blessings. So this is limiting. So your entire thinking, your entire way of life is controlled by this. But as a matter of fact, God does not necessarily bless us, but God works through us to bring His glory into the world. And therefore, you are only to cooperate with God. You are only to work in partnership with God to bring His glory to the world. If you are unable to do that, then the consequences of your choices for not being in your normal state come upon you. And that is why we look at and we say it is the punishment of God. But God doesn't punish us, you see. And so we need people, and that is where we are supposed to be, to begin to think independently. And we have to come to the realization that God is always seeking self-expression through us. And it is only when we open our minds that God will work through us. And if God works through us, we bring the glory of God onto earth. And then we say we've established heaven and earth, heaven on earth here, even before we move on to the other world. You see, and so this is the message. This is the encouragement. This is the inspiration that you are created after the image and the likeness of God. You are here to co-create with God, and that is to allow God to flow through you. And the only way you allow God to flow through you is to have an open mind, because God does not repeat himself. Whatever things that we have invented or achieved in the past years, we don't repeat them, but we look for improvement. We look for progress. That is God in action, God moving forward. Therefore, position yourself and be a free thinker. Think as a person who is of the wisdom and understanding that you are the creator of your own realities. And therefore, the only thing you have to do is cooperate with the laws of the universe and think rightly. And when you think rightly, you are a righteous person. For a righteous person is the one who thinks rightly and is in alignment with the forces of the universe of God. Thank you.